Hello all. New setup. Finally not in bed. This is my roommate's bed, so mine is right next to me. This is my roommate's desk. You're on my desk. And that is the bathroom over there. So what's up? What's up, everyone? I finished my math homework. And I accidentally did the one that was due on Sunday instead of the one that's due today. So that was a really big disappointment on my part. Yeah, it was pretty disappointing, I will say. However, my man. Although, I will say, there's this little white bitch. There's this little white girl that he's talking to right now. He's not talking to her, but I see them whispering. They're plotting something. Oh, maybe she likes somebody that he's friends with. Now that I think about it. Because he's very like, oh, I can hook you up. He's very matchmaker-like. Or he's at least like willing to do matchmaker. But she has a boyfriend actually, so maybe I don't have to worry about her. But it is college, so you never know. But I've been spotting them. Plus, he has a girl that he's actually talking to. But, y'all, he was in my room last night. No, basically, he came and, well, hey, yo, pause. Oh, want to see the big bruise on my knee? Can y'all see that? Yeah. That was from when I was walking around, really stressed, on the phone with my Walmart deliverer for my groceries, for my dorm, for my snacks. Because, I have a family to feed. And, basically, I ran into a desk and it hurt really bad. But, moving on. Basically, y'all, he came into my room last night. But no, my friend, Emmy, and my roommate was there, so. And it was chill. It was fun. What happened? Oh, he was very silly. Like, I put on, like, some Afrobeat or whatever. And he started, like, very, like, lightly dancing. And I looked at him kind of weird because he's very nonchalant, guys. Like, he's very, like, type shit. Like, yeah, facts. Like, he's very nonchalant. Like, trying to play it cool. And he was, like, trying to dance a little bit. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And he was like, man, the music just made me want to do something like that. And I was like, okay. Yo, he's starting to get comfortable with me, and that's what he was saying. He wasn't like, sorry, this might be irritating to y'all. It's kind of irritating to me, actually, but my hair was kind of crazy. So I kind of just took it under there. Hold on. My hair is long, y'all. Look at this. She's giving length. Hold on. I need to adjust. Is that better? Also, yes, I'm wearing my glasses because I've been wearing them, like, in class for, like, because I've been on my computer all the time, and it has blue light stuff on it. And also, like, I can't see. So, I've been wearing my glasses, but now when I don't wear them, like, it feels like my eyes are, like, like, it feels like my eyes are, like, that, Anyway, so, yeah, he's, like, starting to get comfortable with me. And not only that, but, the other day, my English teacher was like, oh, we're going to take a field trip to, like, some of your professors' like, offices. Like, this is where a lot of them will be in the fall. So we go up, and me, him, and some other, shouldn't use names. Yeah, why not? Whatever. Elijah is a piece of work, let me tell you. Elijah, we went upstairs, right? And we were, like, walking, we were talking, whatever. And all this stuff, making small convo. And he started, going, like, when you, are trying to pretend like you're playing basketball. He was like, da 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 da, like, whatever. And I was like, what are you doing? And he was like, oh, I'm doing basketball. And I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, yeah, I got to keep working on my footwork. This man hasn't played basketball since he was a sophomore in high school. And I know that, y'all. I know shit about him. I know about him. I was like, keep looking at myself, girl. Yeah, so. Oh, that was not a good time. Sorry, y'all. Hopefully y'all heard that. Anyways, so yeah. So there was that, and he was in my room. And then my roommate kicked him out. Not kicked him out you need to leave. But basically, before him and my friend, because they went together, because he's big, strong man, whatever, to get the food, because my friend Emmy's the one that ordered it. Before that happened, my roommate was like, oh, when you get your food, do you think you can leave? I don't want to, kill the vibe, but I just feel like my boyfriend wouldn't be comfortable. And here's the thing. This is where I'm being pulled in different directions here. So, number one, I would never want to make my roommate uncomfortable, ever. If she was genuinely uncomfortable with having a man in the room, why would I be like, no, da-da-da-da-da. Absolutely fucking not. I would never want to put her in a position to where she feels uncomfortable and yada, yada, yada. She's setting boundaries. Very good for her. However, her boyfriend fucking sucks. He's a fucking asshole, for real, y'all. He... Trigger warning, domestic violence. Not that, he beats on her, but he makes a lot of jokes, which I found some stuff out about her parents, which makes me feel like you shouldn't make a joke about that kind of stuff to that person. Number one. And number two, we were kind of talking about, oh, I could never be with somebody that, beats me. I would be out of there, da-da-da-da-da. Creating hypotheticals, even though, in the actual situation, everything is going to play out really differently. Well, also, I don't go to Harvard, y'all. I go to LSU. Oh, should I say that? I go to... whatever. And she was saying, oh, yeah, sometimes, he says that... sometimes he tells me, if we're fighting or whatever, that he really wishes he could beat me. Girl, get out of there. Get out. I will literally help you. You can stay with me. You're not even, she lives with him, BT dubs, because she got kicked out of her house. Not because she was bad, but because of, other stuff. I'm not gonna lay out all of her shit. Even this might be, pushing it. But she got kicked out of her house, so now she lives with him. Girl, get the fuck out of there. I'm not even kidding. He doesn't look attractive, which is, weird, because she's I don't even find any of the boys here attractive. Girl, you should find plenty here attractive, because they're just as ugly as your man. And she's gorgeous. He's way out of her league. Yeah, she's way out of his league. She's gorgeous. She's funny, and she has her little quirks, but don't we all? Literally, don't we all? Ugh, yeah. And she's really kind and caring, and like she's overall like genuinely a good person, and it makes me really sad to see like the hand she's been dealt in life, given like her biological family, and then her new family that she's with, which is like her boyfriend's family. They seem nice, but like he seems like such a fucking asshole. Or like the way that he talks to her and the way that he says things to her, like even if they are joking, which half of the things they really aren't, I would not take that because that is verbal fucking abuse. It's oh, okay, perfect. Anyway, yeah, like it's verbal abuse. Like even today, like they were talking, and I came in late because that's another story. But I came in a little late, and they're like fighting again, and they were fighting last night, and he was saying, oh, they were fighting about something like that she thinks that he should move for better job opportunities and whatever, and he was talking about like, oh, it's the best trade school in this state, yada yada, probably the best if I'm being honest, and all that jazz. And she's like, well, I don't know, because my dad tried to get a job here and there was nothing and he couldn't, and but when he went out of state he could find so many jobs, and he was like, well, and he was like making valid arguments and whatever. And then basically it kind of all boiled down to demographics of where they're living, and she's mixed with black. Her dad is black, and then her mom is Hispanic, like Mexican, and Filipino, so she's mixed like that. And she was basically like, well, the town blank that we live in, there's just so many white people. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. That's a valid point, you know? And he was like, well, what do you think I am? And I'm like, well, yeah, that's a valid point too, but... and he was like, and you're now going to a college that's majority black people. Wrong, but okay. And congratulations, you made your first black friend ever, yay. I literally almost went through the screen because she's my roommate, and now she's like somebody that I would say is a pretty close friend, considering we've known each other for 3 weeks now, and we literally do everything together because we're roommates. I feel this urge to protect her, and I will beat that motherfucker up. I will beat him the fuck up. I will beat him to a pulp. And my man will help me. Not a laughing matter. But I will beat him to a pulp, and I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. Because what gives you the right to say that type of shit to somebody? Your girlfriend is genuinely not even like upset, but like standing up for herself and like being like, this is what I want in a place that I want to live, and I see you in this future with me. And she's not even saying to move to like she's not even saying to move to fucking Compton. But like, it's understandable for anybody, no matter what race you are, to want a little bit more diversity. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of good that comes from a heterogeneous society. And if you want to stay with your people, that's fine. That's why a lot of people stay in their own fucking country. That's why Japanese people like Japanese people, and Korean people like Korean people, and Nigerian people like Nigerian people. And they form these like little, ethnic enclaves, or is that like multiple different races? But you get what I mean. Like, everybody finds solace in being with their own kind. But there's nothing wrong with wanting diversity as well. To just surround yourself with different types of people from all different walks of life. And to make that argument and like kind of just like diminish her worries because there is a lot of danger that can also be from being a person of color living in a predominantly white area. There's a lot of danger in that as well. Like, he, like, just completely diminished and disregarded everything that she said. And he just kind of gives off the vibe that, like, oh, it's my way or it's the highway, you know? And it's just, like, really, like, hard to listen to and hard to watch that, like, she just needs to break up with him at this point. Because there's so many stories of them, too, that's like, girl, he's a walking red flag. And it's like, yeah, they have their cute little moments, but why the fuck are you talking about something about, oh, and I bet you're getting trained right now, and you have 5 guys waiting to F you, and da-da-da-da. Huh? Girl, no. If you say some of that shit in front of me, I will intervene, I swear to God, because she's like this, and this does irritate me a bit, where she kind of meddles in people's relationships. Like, if she sees someone, like, walking together in the hallway, then she'll be like, ooh, you better kiss her, or, like, y'all better hold hands now, and it's like, alright, quit it, because they could literally be fucking siblings or something, or cousins. So I don't really agree with, like, meddling in people's, like, relationships and all that, but, like, girl, I'm gonna get my shit and just because he's annoying me, and it really, really, really makes me worry for her well-being. We're doing good in our time now. I'm waiting for my dad to pick me up. Haven't seen this man in 3 weeks, and I miss him dearly. Should I eat a snack? Do y'all hear the basketball? I'm about to crash out. WTF, y'all. Anyway. He's just really stupid and annoying. But back to me. Back to me. Basically, the reason why I kind of came later than her in the dorm was because my friend Emmy, she left her Tiger card, which, y'all, when you come to college, you're going to have your own little, like, school ID thing. Here's because it's called Tiger card because duh. But your Tiger card is, like, your lifeline. I kid you not. One time I left my Tiger card in my room, and I was stuck like Chuck. I was relying on so many different people. I gotta be honest. Because at every single door, for a lot of buildings, for even the dorm, you have to swipe your Tiger card and to get into the building in the first place. Then, if you're taking the stairs or something, you have to swipe your Tiger card again. And then if there's any outside door, like a door that's outside, because even, like, I'm on the 2nd floor, but there's like a courtyard. And so on the courtyard, some of the 2nd and 1st floor doors are outside facing the courtyard. Mine is inside, but I have to go outside to get into. It's really confusing, but basically, if there's any door that is outside, even if it's in the middle of the building, you have to have your card to swipe to get in, and then you have to put your card into your thing because it's like your key to your dorm, and then you put in your PIN. I'm not telling y'all my PIN. You're not gonna get me today. But anyway, this looks weird. Anyway, stop saying anyway, oh yeah, my friend Emmy left her Tiger card in the room that we were in for, like, our small group thing, And basically I saw her, like, we were walking back. Oh, keep in mind it's like raining really hard. So we're walking back and I see her and she's like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, what? You left your AirPods in the building? And she's like, no, my Tiger card. And I was like, girl, you better check all your pockets. And she's like, I did, I'm checking. So she was like, do you want to come with me to go get it since you're not leaving till later? Because I'm a good friend, I said yes. And also I had ulterior motives because I wanted so-and-so to be like, hey, where are you going? And guess what he did? Basically, he was one of the last ones to leave the building, because he goes to the bathroom with his boys. It was kind of weird. So, but we don't see them till, like, way later. And so, like, we passed them, and, like, I'm, like, explaining the situation. I'm like, Emmy left her Tiger card, and he's like, oh, for real? And I'm like, yes, for real. Yes, for real. And, basically, I was like, do you want to come with? And he was like, yeah, sure, why not? And also, I didn't have my umbrella, so we shared an umbrella. Yeah! We shared an umbrella, y'all. Ooh, ooh, ooh. In the rain. So we shared an umbrella. And then, like, we were really close together. And he was, like, moving around. Like, he was, like, moving around me, but trying to keep it. Yo! And so then finally we get inside. And we're both like, oh, Emmy, if it's not in there, we're gonna kill you. Da-da-da-da-da. And he was like, oh, are you going home this weekend? And I'm like, nah, like, my dad's coming to get me. And he was like, oh, right. And he was like, I finna turn up this weekend. And I'm like, turn up? Like, that's your weekend plans? And he was like, yeah. You don't party? And I'm like, no, I'm a summer scholar. Of course I don't party. Because I don't. I mean, I can turn up or whatever, but I don't party. And, like, he's like, oh, I know you party. And I'm like, huh? Like, what are you talking about? And he was like, oh, I know you get down. Y'all. Yo. So then, basically, we were just, like, talking and making small talk. And, Emmy finds her Tiger card. We head back outside. We're like, yay, thank Jesus, da-da-da-da. So we're walking, and I don't even remember what we were talking about. Why am I forgetting these things? I feel like I'm, like, getting so excited. We start racing, like, for real, like, Emmy, one of his friends, like, was walking in front of us or whatever. Oh, I remember, and I was like, oh, you didn't do your, like, presentation, and he was like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, you didn't do your presentation, and he was like, what are you talking about? I was one of the first ones to do it, and I was like, I think I would remember if you did it, to, like, like, be like, oh, I think I would know. Yo. Was that good? Did I eat? Anyway. What time is it? Okay, perf. And so, yeah, I said that, and he was like, oh, for real? And I was like, yeah. And then, basically, his friend and my friend, they were way up ahead, so he was like, oh, yo. Okay, maybe that didn't even warrant, like, this much of a reaction, but back to, like, when he was like, oh, I bet you're a real party, basically, the party thing, he was like, oh, I bet you're a real party animal, and then he growled. Yo, he was like, wow. It was so funny, and I was like, huh? But it was like, y'all don't get it. Like, if y'all met him, he's so like, oh, for real, like, facts. Yeah, for real. Like, facts is like the probably word he uses the most. Like, he just says facts. And this man was like growling, but like in a funny way. Like, it was really funny. Or like sometimes, like, I like have been like pretty chill. Like, y'all know I can get a little aggressive sometimes or a little loud, but overall, like, it's been chill vibes, whatever. There's no need for me to be like da 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 da, except sometimes. Or he's never seen me like that. But like last night, like, I don't know what it was. Read my eyes. I don't know what it was, because I'm not putting that out on the internet. Because I do know what it was. I mean, I don't. But basically, I was kind of getting, like, I was saying what I wanted to say, you know? And he was like, oh, you're feisty today. And he was like, yo. And I know some people, like, some men do that to, like, be, like, patronizing and be like, oh, you're feisty today, wow. But he was, like, doing it, like, to be funny, and it was so funny, y'all. And he did that, and that's the second time he's done that. Because I'm feisty. So, yeah, I'm feisty, y'all. And I'm a party animal. Anyway. So then they were walking, like, really in front of us. And then I started, like, he was like, oh, why? They were like, why are y'all walking so slow? And we were like, we're not walking slow. Y'all are just... Okay, so here there's, like, slang. So, like, if you're, like, a bunch of... Instead of saying, like, oh, do you have, like, a bunch of talkies? Like, they say, buku. What the fuck was that? Don't fucking play with me. And so, like, you'd be like, oh, you have buku. Is that how you say it? Buku or boko? Buku? Boko. I think it's buku. Or like, oh, you got buku talkies or whatever. But you can use it in place of, like, a bunch of, or, like, really, or, like, a lot, or whatever. So he was like, you're walking buku fast. Whatever. And then, yeah, so then I just started picking up the pace and using my fucking long legs. And then, like, I slightly ran, like, you know, a little jog. But he had, like, those, like, Birkenstock slipper slides things on. So he couldn't, like, run. And it was so funny because they were, like, sliding off. Is there somebody? Whatever. And they were, like, sliding off, and then everybody kind of started running, and I was like, yeah, I'm not running, y'all. Because I want not to be out of breath and show how unathletic I am, y'all. I know my... y'all. I know the do's and don'ts. So, there was that. And so we raced, and then, like, this part is, like, under the... Like, it was covered, so we didn't have our umbrellas, but we finally got to the place where it was, like we weren't covered, and, like, I was too nervous to, like, go under the umbrella again. Like, I was too nervous to, like, be that close. Like, I needed to, like, you know? And so, basically, like, my friend Emmy went under... Bobby's umbrella, but Emmy likes somebody else. She does not like Bobby. Y'all, she does not. But, like, Brandon was, like, trying to whisper to me, like, yo, you think she moved on to Bobby? And I'm like, girl, no. She likes, his nickname is QS, so I'm just gonna keep it like that. She likes QS. And he was like, you sure? And I was like, yes, I'm sure. But they were just sharing an umbrella because she didn't have an umbrella either. But anyway... So I was like, y'all just can't take it. She just can't take it, like, being in the elements like this. But this is what environmental scientists do, or environmental science majors do, because that's my major. And he was like, oh, so that's what you're majoring in? And I'm like, yep. Because I wanted to slide that in so that he could ask about that and know that, like, oh, she's smart, you know? Because I do help him on his English. He made me do that. he, like, calls me over, but he doesn't, like, want to yell or, like, because I sit all the way across the room, so he doesn't want to yell. So he just, like, waves his hand, and he's like, and then until I look, and then he's, like, taps on his desk or whatever. I'm like, okay. I'm on my way, but nonchalantly. And so he was like, oh, so what do you want to do? And there it goes. And I was like, well, my dream job would be shark biologist, and whatever. And then, Emmy, like, called back and was like, shark biologist, what do they even do? And I was like, study sharks? No. And he was like, so you just like the ocean and the beach and stuff like that? Why, you want to buy me a beach house? I should have asked that. And I was like, no, like I do, but I just really, 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 really like sharks. And he was like, facts. Facts? And I was like, but the job that's going to make money is like a technical program manager. I cannot talk. I could not even say that when I was talking to him either. I was like, blah, blah, blah. But technical program management, but like specifically with like environmental science stuff. So like, and sustainability. So just like developing software, like being with the more technical side, like the techie side, if I can even do that. But also just like environmental impact analysis for like large companies and whatever, like Amazon or Tesla or Nike or literally anybody. They all want that information because they have to report. Anyway, it's this whole thing. So I'd probably end up doing that or a government job. So I said that, and he was like, oh, like they make a lot of money? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, a lot of money or just a lot of money? And I was like, a lot. And he was like, how much? And I was like, over like, if I'm like a director, like over 300,000 a year. And he was like, damn. And I was like, yeah. And then I used this moment to ask him about, and I was like, I'm kind of a Nepo baby too, because my dad works at Amazon, so I can get a job. And he was like, oh, what do you do at Amazon? I'm like, and then I explained the whole thing. And then I'm like, so what do you want to do? And he was like, oh, like I'm majoring in business, but I don't really want to like be at a desk or at an office. Like I want to be able to like be successful enough that I can like travel and work from home and da-da-da-da. And I was like, nice. nice. So he was like, stocks are where all the money's at and da-da-da-da. And like, this is why you need to marry me, because then my dad can like give you advice about this stuff, because he does a lot of stuff. But I didn't want to like talk about my dad too much, because that's kind of weird. Like if I'm like trying to like say something and I'm like, my dad. Also, like, I don't want to compare anybody to my dad. Like, I don't want to compare him to my dad, and then it's like all weird. And then he's like, she just used me. And he thinks I just see him as my dad, because I don't. I swear. Not me flipping y'all off. Anyway, so he's like, yeah, I want to be rich, yada yada yada. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's kind of what my dad does, whatever. What else happened? Oh, and then I think we were talking a bit more about something, but I can't remember. And then we just went up the stairs, and he's on the 3rd floor, and I'm on the 2nd, so I got off at my floor, and I was like, have a good weekend. And he was like, you too. Yep. That's my life. That is my life. Why is it making that noise? Anyway, I don't know, though. I will say, I feel like I get really anxious about stuff like this. That I'm like, what do I even do? Like, it's so fun having a crush, but also most of my crushes never get to, like, a talking point. Like, I feel like most of my crushes that I've had, I've always liked them from afar. Like, even with the whole Lola situation, like, I never talked to that biddy. Well, he's not a biddy. I never talked to that man. I've never spoken a word to that guy. So it's kind of weird to, like, actually, like, talk to a person. And y'all, he's so fine. He's so fine. And he has, like, a lot of tattoos, and they look really good. I haven't even seen them. I need to study them more, TBH. Oh, also, he can draw, because he, like, sorry, I'm looking at myself way too much. But, like, he can draw, and he doodles in, like, math class and stuff like that. Ugh, my hair's poofy because it was raining, and I was in the rain. Now I look like Hermione. But whatever. Oh, also, I don't know what this means, so y'all tell me in the comments. But basically, when we first started sharing, like, an umbrella together, when, like, I was walking to the thing with him, like, he was like, oh, the umbrella was really small. And he was like, man, this umbrella is too small. It doesn't even cover anything. Like, it doesn't even cover me. And I look at him, and I'm like, well, because he's not big, but he's, like, he's big, you know, like, he played football and whatever. And so I was like, well, but he didn't get, like, that hint. He was like, what? And I kind of felt bad, so I was like, nothing, never mind. Like, you didn't get it then, fine, whatever. And he was like, do you think I'm calling you fat? And I was like, no. And he was like, well, that was far from what I was about to say. What were you about to say? What were you about to say? Far from what you were about to say. Also, y'all, the music, the Afrobeat that I showed him, he remembered who the artist was. I didn't even tell him the artist. Like, yo, I didn't even tell him the artist. But I think he knew, because when we were playing, when I first kind of showed it to him in class, it was, like, on YouTube, and, like, everybody was going up to type, so he probably, like, saw it on the thing, and this was, like, Wednesday. So yesterday, when he comes in the room, and I'm like, oh, I'm about to play some traditional Nigerian music for y'all, and he's like, who, Rima? Yeah, that's the artist I played for him, and that he, like, really liked. And then I was like, no, he's not really traditional. Like, he is, but, like, he's, like, more modern, like, I'm talking about, like, back in the day. But it was like, how the fuck do you know who Rima is? Because I didn't say shit. Y'all. But I don't want to talk about him too much, because I can't let this man consume me. I won't let that happen. I know my fucking worth. And he is really nonchalant, which could be an issue. But I don't think it would be. But you never know. But yeah, I really like him, I do. And he like, y'all. But I'm trying to, like, imagine, like, how he would interact. Oh, I need to go soon. How he would interact with all of y'all. Because, like, I feel like he does have, like, a weird side to him, you know? He can be a little weird. Or, like, we were crossing the street, and there was a car that was coming, like, really fast, but it, like, stopped. And he was like, oh, I'm gonna post up. But, like, he's obviously joking. But he was like, I'm gonna post up if they hit me. And I'm like, oh, really? Like, not me, like, doing my fucking math homework and then, like, smiling over the interactions. Like, it's just rolling through my head. his style could use a little work, TBH. Sometimes he wears fits that is like, okay, all right, I see the silhouette. And sometimes he wears outfits that are like, don't ever wear that shit again. But that's okay. That's what he needs me for. I'll put in the work. Anyway, y'all. Just a quick little recap of everything. This week has gone pretty well. 2 more weeks. College is fun. Yeah, it's a great time. I'm really excited for all you future college kids to experience what this is like, because it is really fun. And being on LSU, like, I think LSU in terms of like college experience is probably at the top. I can only assume because I'm only going to LSU, but it's at the top because the amenities that come with being at LSU is insane. Like, you get free therapy. Like, it's not free. Like, you pay for it in tuition, but, like, therapy is free. They have a food pantry if you want free groceries. They have, like, free tutoring. You can rent cameras. You can rent exercise equipment. You can use the UREC for free. And the UREC is a student, like, recreational center. There's fucking a 35 feet rock climbing wall. They have basketball. They have a lazy river. They have 2 lap pools, one inside, one outside. You can sign up for like exercise classes that's like goat yoga or like yoga in the water or something, or like jazzercise or Zumba. Like, they have so many things for students here that it's literally insane. The union is insane. And the campus is so pretty. Like, it's gorgeous. Especially, like, in the summer and in the spring, because it rains so much that it gets really, really green. And it is gorgeous. So I feel like just LSU is, like, a great place. Academically, socially, campus-wise, opportunities. Like, it is in the top 1% of research schools in the world. I think. Either in the world or in the nation, I don't really know. And we have famous people that go here. Like, literally, Sha'Carri Richardson. Well, actually, she doesn't go here anymore. Livy Dunn just came on for the year. She loves it so much. I'm sure that's exactly the reason why. But anyway, I gotta go. Bye.